Today we got a good one. We have 10 players that are going to be going to the moon in 2026. The NFL draft is just around the corner. Rookie drafts just around the corner. Your picks, they might be available for sale. They should be. Most leagues increase and spike in activity come draft season. So here are 10 guys that are great targets to be buying because these guys will soar up the prices in value. These guys are going to have breakout years in 2026. I'm here to tell you why. Buy them before they shoot up and it's too late. Name number 1. It's Bayshul Tunin. Bayshul Tunin is quite literally the biggest boom or bust candidate you will see at this point in the Dynasty offseason. The Jaguars, Travis Achu, don't know how to say his last name, Etienne, is gone. You're gone, buddy. And you might think, ooh, Bayshul Tunin, he's the RB1, let's go. Bayshul Tunin will be the lead back here for the Jags. And they signed Chris Rodriguez. $5 million deal, $5 mil. You have $5 million. It's notable. It's noteworthy. You know, we just saw, Rachaad White got $2 million. Chris Rodriguez got $5 million. A little scary. Is Chris Rodriguez going to be the third down back? Is he going to be involved in the red zone? Is he going to be vulturing? Bayshul Tunin looked good. He looked explosive during his limited time on the field. Again, he was more, a 20% snap share type guy with Travis Etienne. He looked really good. He looked explosive. He found the red zone. He found pay dirt more often than not. Look at his touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns throughout the whole season, which is not bad considering how low his snap share was. I'm in on Bayshul Tunin. Running backs are typically quite scarce. The majority of dynasty leagues I play in, running backs are one of the hardest positions to be buying. You'll see guys that are valued at, let's say, 50th in the rankings, but it costs an arm and a leg to actually buy a running back in that specific league, so you have to pay a premium. Bayshul Tunin is currently ranked at 76th in the consensus ranks here on the site, and man, I love this price. If I just turn on picks so we can see where we rank him in terms of picks, the 111 in the 2026 draft is comparable to Bayshul Tunin. Currently, Jonah Coleman is going to be going around the 107, 108, and I think I'd rather have Bayshul Tunin straight up rather than Jonah Coleman. I sure as heck rather have, Mr. Bayshul Tunin over Jadarian Price. Jadarian Price has 3 total college career receptions. Like, it's not good for Jadarian Price. I'm out on him. I'm in on Tunin. He's the first name to completely monitor, spectate, and buy before it's too late. Name number 2 is Jaden Higgins. Now, I'm not as sold here on the young star going into year 2 for the Houston Texans. It's honestly too early to even call him a star. We saw some upside. We saw some potential for a breakout, but never clicked. He's ranked 121 in the overall rankings, including picks. And looking at what he did in 2025, he played a decent amount of snaps. His touchdown rate was quite high. We saw him heavily involved in the red zone. This is a larger, big-bodied receiver. And to me, I have a very simple breakdown. To me, this is Nico Collins 2.0. He reminds me exactly like Nico. Now, the difference here is that if it's Nico 2.0, you need Nico 1.0 to not be great. Now, sure, you can have Nico 1.0 and 2.0 as complements, similar to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. This Texans offense I don't think it's going to support that passing volume-wise. The Texans O-line needs to improve to even let CJ Stroud pass the ball and breathe in the pocket. I really like being out on Nico Collins. He's had an injury history, and honestly, he's been volatile. He'll give you 6 points one game, 20 the next. That volatility is going to break at some point, paired with injury concerns. I think Higgins will have an opportunity to shine at some point. He's going to have a full year of training camp under his belt, a full second season, and I think Jaden Higgins is a good buy at the current price. Guys around him, Tyler Algier. I'm out on Algier. I'm out on every single Cardinals running back. You have James Conner. You have Trey Benson. You have Algier. It's just not a good, attractive situation. Matthew Stafford, I'd rather have Higgins, but it's close to me, to be completely honest. Quentin Johnston, I'm fine sending him. But look at the pick value. You can send an early second. He's ranked below the 204. That is a home run of a trade to be sending. The next name, right around this 202, 203 pick, in value is Malik Willis. Malik Willis is a huge riser up the rankings, and I like him a lot. Looking at his game logs, yes, he actually has a couple of games played. Let's take a look at 2024. In 2024, He put up 13 points in week 2. It was a bad game. 120 passing yards, but he gave you 41 rushing yards. Ain't bad on the rushing side. The next game, 73 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, and 200 passing yards, 25 points in that game. That was the 2 games he played in 24. In 2025, 2 games, 44 rushing yards, 60 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So it's simple and safe to say Malik Willis will give you close to 40 plus rushing yards per game. It's safe to assume that. And he has rushing touchdown upside. Okay. Now, passing wise, 120 passing yards week 16, 288 week 17. So we've only seen him really pass the ball well once. We haven't ever seen him have more than 1 passing touchdown in a game. The passing is a major concern, a major red flag. Wave it around. Who's the receiving core? Wide receiver 1 is Devon Achane. You heard that right. It's Devon Achane, wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 2 is Jalen Tolbert. Wide receiver 3 is Malik Washington. Wide receiver 4, maybe they can convince Darren Waller to stop his pop career and come be wide receiver 4. It's bad. It's grim. It's bleak. It's scary. Speaking of scary, bro, this haircut, I showed the barber, and I wish it was a barber, Sports Clips, show her a picture of me with long hair, mid-long hair. I'm like, should replicate this. Next thing I know, the buzzer's coming out. I get a buzz cut? What's going on? The Dolphins offense might be even scarier than that, though. But Malik Willis, that could be a good thing. Let's take a look at another guy. Somebody that it comps pretty well to Malik Willis. Justin Fields. What did Justin Fields do with the Bears in a terrible offense? He ran for his life. He had 13 plus rushing attempts per game, and he had games where he was close or over 100 rushing yards. He wasn't good at passing. He was at 160 passing yards per game, but he was still a QB machine. In 2022, he finished as the QB5 with 19 plus points per game. I honestly see that as a high possibility in this situation. Malik Willis has nobody to pass the ball to. He will be scrambling for his life. He's not going to be good from a real life perspective. I don't know if they eventually move on from him, cut him, whatever. Seems like he's the guy for at least this year in a rebuild. So I actually am in on Malik Willis. Love sending early seconds for him. And this is a great price to be buying. Someone that could soar up the ranks if he has a Justin Fields-like season. Arante Gatson. He's a good buy as well for an early second round pick. Arante Gatson had the breakout in 2025. In this 4-week span from week 6 on to week 6 to week 9, he had 11 points, 29, 19, 11, and then he basically fell off the face of the earth. In those 4 weeks, he had the highest snap share he had all season long, around 80%. Let's not forget, he was a healthy scratch the first 2 weeks of the year. You had Will Dissly and Tyler Conklin. Thank goodness he got those idiots out of town, and Gatson was able to display his talents. We knew he was a good pass catcher. I think he played receiver in college. It was just a matter of can he be good at pass pro, and honestly, the answer is no. But I think that with Mike McDaniels coming in here to LA, yeah, I think that we saw Darren Waller getting 2 touchdowns per game. I think Gatson has a good chance to be heavily involved as well. This is a risky one. You know, would you rather have Gatson or Sam Laporta? I'd rather have Sam Laporta, and for me, it's not close. But I do think Gatson could be a big-time riser. He's youthful, 23, and I think his ceiling could be, above maybe where Sam Laporta's is, but definitely could be a lower floor. So it's a bigger risk to be taking. I still don't mind sending an early second. Tyler Shuck, the biggest breakout potential of anybody here, maybe comparable to Malik Willis, to be honest, because Malik Willis, his rushing upside is just a lot. The reason I like and love Tyler Shuck so much is the rushing upside. In the small sample size we have from week 12 to week 18, Tyler Shuck gave you about 20 rushing yards per game. That's nothing to write home about, but it's definitely nothing to sneeze at. Drake May was only at 27 rushing yards per game in 2025. So Shuck being at 20, that's an extra 2 points per game. Passing wise, he actually looked really, really good. The Saints hold the number 8 draft pick as well in real life. Do they go Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, and get Olave and, another asset there at the receiver position? They bring in Travis Etienne. The Saints offense has some potential with Kellen Moore, an offensive-minded coach. Shuck was averaging 270 passing yards per game the final 6 weeks. It's nuts. It's very, very good. Now, his passing touchdown rate wasn't super good, wasn't super high, but I think this can improve. And I think I really like the rushing upside as well. This is going to be Kellen Moore's guy, and I love his current price. A late first, yes, send it. Honestly, close your ears. I'd rather have Shuck than Mendoza. I said it. Next name, Tucker Kraft. Now you're like, how's it a breakout candidate? His injury derailed his season, and there's a reason he's still 80th in the overall rankings. It's a good discount. 15 points per game in 2025. He only played 8 games. Brutal injury. Now you'll notice 61 receiving yards per game. Highest touchdown rate of his career, wasn't even close. Almost 1 touchdown per game. Only 5.5 targets per game here. This is where park the brakes. It's actually riskier than you think. The Packers offense is extremely frustrating. They spread the ball out way too thin, and it's very hard to bet on specific players to be getting any volume. Tucker Kraft is still the highest likelihood candidate to be receiving volume, and I think that we do see him upwards of 12 points per game next season, and you can buy him at a solid price. And even with the brutal injury, he's still a quite young ascending talent. Speaking of young tight end talents, Harold Fannon Jr., who's less than 22 years old. With 3 different quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, 2 Pro Bowlers, by the way, I don't know how that's possible, and Dylan Gabriel, he averaged 12 points per game with all of them. This Browns offense is only going to improve. And as I say that, I feel sick. Because is Deshaun Watson an improvement? But I'm more so thinking they're going to bring in another receiver through the draft, more likely than not. You're going to have Judkins with some more, preparation of it in the offseason. Let's not forget, Judkins spent last offseason in jail. Now, is he going to be even healthy enough to train? So maybe Judkins isn't going to be at full steam. Listen, Fannon is in and Njoku's out. And Njoku's gone. I don't know if you heard. He's gone. He left town. You're cut, buddy. Fannon can literally play wide receiver. He broke records at Bowling Green, and he only got drafted in round 3 of the draft when he came in because people thought he was playing against banned competition. He averaged 12 points per game against the best of the best. He seems like a stud. Love him a lot. 2 names left. Brian Thomas Jr. I'm still in. I hear the noise. Parker the Pest, Washington. There's talks of an extension. So they already have Travis Hunter, who's playing receiver and cornerback. Don't buy Travis Hunter. Again, he'll play receiver some of the time. Probably maybe more often than not. Who cares? Travis Hunter's I'm not. Okay. That's one. Name one. Parker the Pest. He's a pest. But is he more than that? And you have Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, I feel like, will become the odd man out paired with Travis Hunter. But Brian Thomas Jr. does need to retain this spot, and especially in the red zone. Now, Brian Thomas Jr. had 17 points per game in his rookie season. Rookie season. Everything was worse in 2025 than it was in 2024, but he was also banged up and injured. This is the guy with the name, the it factor, and if they're not going to use him accordingly, this could be a Marvin Harrison Jr. situation. And I think that BTJ would soon find himself a new home and thrive in that new town. Like, the talent is there, and below 10 points per game, you can buy him at a discount that I don't think will be available as soon as he comes back to former glory. Final name is Jackson Dart. The breakout is imminent. I don't know why, in what world, Joe Burrow is ranked 15th in the rankings. I don't know in what world Caleb Williams is ranked 13th in the rankings. Jackson Dart is ranked 27th. If you can send a 102 or later for Jackson Dart, go ahead and do that right now. A 27 first for Jackson Dart, go ahead and do that right now. Jackson Dart averaged 23 points per game when healthy. He did that with Wan'Dale Robinson. He got Wan'Dale Robinson paid $80 million, and he had Wan'Dale Robinson over 1,000 receiving yards. Malik Neighbors is back. Malik Neighbors is coming back from injury. Jackson Dart averaged 40 rushing yards per game when healthy. He gave you 1 rushing touchdown per game when healthy. Almost. A little less than that, but pretty good. And the best part of all is his passing stats weren't great. How's that good? Because passing can improve from a quarterback. You don't see quarterbacks learn how to run, but you see them learn how to pass. Don't believe me? Check out what Drake May did his rookie year compared to 2025. And Drake May kept his rushing upside the same, actually a little bit worse in 2025. And his passing took a massive step forward. So Jackson Dart, love him as a breakout candidate in 2026. Hope you enjoyed this video, man. Smash the subscribe button. Appreciate everyone watching. Join the Discord. See you boys in the next one.